Tommy Robinson sparks controversy at polling station while filming police respond to crowd tensions. A scene involving independent activist and commentator Tommy Robinson at a polling station has generated national headlines, following his unannounced appearance during local elections. The incident, which unfolded outside a polling venue in the north of England, quickly escalated after Robinson began filming what he claimed were irregularities in the voting process. Within minutes, tensions rose among bystanders, prompting police to step in and restore calm. Though initial reports on social media suggested a shutdown, election officials confirmed that voting continued throughout the day with only a brief pause to manage crowd control. No arrests were made, and police have since issued a statement urging the public to avoid speculation. The moment has reignited debates over election integrity, freedom of speech, and the role of independent figures like Robinson in public political spaces. According to eyewitnesses, Robinson arrived at the polling station mid-morning, accompanied by a small film crew. He was reportedly filming voters arriving and leaving, claiming on camera that he had received tips about questionable practices. His live-streamed commentary quickly drew a crowd, some of whom appeared supportive while others challenged his presence at the site. Electoral law in the UK prohibits certain types of filming or voter interaction within and immediately outside polling stations to protect the integrity and privacy of the voting process. Robinson remained outside the perimeter, but his presence and the growing number of bystanders led local election officials to temporarily halt entry to the building to de-escalate the situation. Shortly after, police officers arrived on the scene and dispersed the crowd. Voting resumed shortly thereafter, with no disruption to ballot security or official operations, according to a statement by the Electoral Commission. A spokesperson for the local police department said, "We were called to a polling station due to a gathering of individuals that had the potential to escalate. Officers attended, no offenses were identified, and the situation was resolved peacefully." The Electoral Commission also issued a statement, clarifying that voting was not suspended and reiterating its commitment to protecting the democratic process. Polling stations must remain neutral, safe spaces for voters. While members of the public may observe from a legal distance, any disruption or filming that affects voters' confidence or access is discouraged. Tommy Robinson later released a short video summarizing his perspective, stating, "I went to document what I believe are issues that matter to the public. I did not interfere with voting, but I exercised my right to film in a public space." He also challenged the narrative that he had caused disruption, arguing that any tension resulted from media bias and counter-demonstrators rather than his own actions. Robinson, known for his controversial political activism, has a long history of filming in politically sensitive locations. Critics argue that his presence often inflames rather than informs, while his supporters see him as highlighting overlooked issues. The incident raises important questions about election law, public accountability, and the right to document public processes. Under UK law, photography and filming are restricted within polling stations to protect voter privacy. While there are fewer restrictions outside, filming that intimidates voters or impedes access could fall under public order concerns. Election law specialist Miriam Walker weighed in. "There's a delicate balance between transparency and interference. While public figures may feel compelled to investigate, polling day is not the time for confrontation. These are matters for official observers or post-election scrutiny." Local officials also noted that anyone with concerns about electoral conduct is encouraged to submit complaints through proper legal channels, rather than engaging directly during active voting hours. Reactions to the incident have been predictably mixed. Some conservative commentators praised Robinson for drawing attention to what they believe is a lack of scrutiny in the voting process, while mainstream political figures condemned what they saw as an unnecessary and potentially dangerous spectacle. A Labour Party councillor in the area commented, "We take the democratic process seriously. The presence of provocative figures near polling stations risks undermining public trust. There are official ways to raise concerns, this wasn't it." Others, including media analysts, say the episode reflects a broader trend of individuals using social media platforms to bypass institutional journalism, often sparking viral reactions regardless of facts. As traditional journalism evolves and public figures increasingly use smartphones to document events in real time, the boundaries of citizen journalism are being tested. Supporters argue that this shift democratizes information, while critics warn it may create confusion, especially in delicate environments like polling stations. The Electoral Commission has indicated it may review its public communication strategies to better educate voters and observers on what is and isn't permitted during elections. The polling station encounter involving Tommy Robinson did not result in any legal violations, but it has exposed once again the challenges of maintaining public order and trust in democratic systems. In an age where cameras are everywhere and public figures act independently of mainstream media, electoral authorities must find new ways to ensure integrity without restricting lawful expression. What do you think? Did Robinson cross a line, or was he exercising his right to transparency? Join the conversation below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay informed.